A pleasant evening to all. Teach self-denial and make its practice pleasure, and you can create for the world a destiny more sublime than ever issued from the brain of the wildest dreamer. Yet we would express our gratitude for Almighty for this great day. We, the PG and Research Department of Microbiology from Idhaya College for Women, going to conduct 5th day of International FDP program. Now I invite our department BCB, Dr. R. Krishnaveni ma'am, convener, organizing secretary for this 5 days program to deliver her inaugural address.
Good evening to all. I invite you all today to attend the presentation by Dr. P. Nadarajan, Associate Professor and Head, Department of Zoology and Biotechnology, AVVM Sri Pushpam College at Pundi, in the title of Scope of Biological Science. Now I invite Dr. M. Idhaya ma'am to deliver a welcome address and introduce the guest.
Thank you, ma'am. A warm greetings to all. Respected our chief guest, faculty members, participants, technical assistants, students, it is an instant of incredible privilege and honor for me to welcome you all for this wonderful occasion. It's an immense pleasure to welcome you all again in the final day of International Faculty Development Program organized by PG and Research Department of Microbiology, Idhaya College for Women, Kumbakonam. The presence of God with us and thank Him for giving to continue ahead. Words can't express how much we appreciated your support and encouragement. Yeah, I am glad to welcome our pillar of our college, Reverend Sister Eugene Amala, who is a pure soul to give a right path to us. It is my pleasure to welcome our Secretary, Reverend Sister Claudine Arogya Mary, who support us in all our efforts. I am happy to welcome to our Administrator, Reverend Sister Andoni Amal, and Vice Principal, Reverend Sister Dr. Vimali Mary, who encourages us in every step we take. Great inventors and leaders are not born. They are motivated and inspired to do great things by great teachers. Yeah, it is my great honor to welcome and introduce today's presenter, Dr. P. Nadarajan sir, Associate Professor, Department of Zoology and Biotechnology, AVVM Sri Pushpam College, Pundi, who is going to make today's session immemorable with the title of Scope of Biological Science. He has completed BSc Zoology at Raja Sarfoji Government College, Tanjavur, and MSc, MPhil, PhD at AVVM Sri Pushpam College, Pundi. He has studied B.Ed at Government College of Education, Orathanadu, and M.Ed at Madurai Kamarajar University, Madurai. Also, he has completed M.A. Tamil in Tamil University, Tanjavur. He worked as District Advisory Committee member for 3 years in New Renewable Energy Resource Ministry, Government of India. Also acted as Telecom Advisory Committee member, Government of India for 6 years. He appointed as NSS Program Officer for 3 years. Also, he acted as a district organizer, Youth Red Cross for past 12 years. And he has guided 47 MPhil and 3 PhD students with 27 years of teaching and research experience. All our dreams can come true if we have the courage to pursue them. With these warm words and a kind message, I welcome all the participants to make this day a successful. Once again, I welcome you all.
Thank you, Nitya ma'am, for the great welcome of our today's expertise. Now we enter into our session. Sir, Natarajan sir, shall we enter our session, sir?
Okay, madam. Thank you for your nice introduction. And I am very happy today because my student, Ms. Krishnaveni, convener and organizing chap, the international program for the past days. She very much kind of, and I am very proud to say that she's our old student of Pundi Pushpam College, and he is always very sincere, hard worker, enthusiastic, very soft spoken, helping to others, guided her department youngsters in a very good manner. He is having more contact and interaction with most eminent stoppers all over. So I feel proud to invite me, and I am very much thankful to the management of the college, particularly the patron of this program and the principal of Idhaya College, Reverend Dr. Eugene Law, and organizing committee members, including Dr. Nitya and other staff members of Microbiology. And I am thankful to everyone, even though it is an international seminar, the FDP program, they also included my name. So I am very much thankful to all the members, and I am invite all the participants. Very simply, I want to explain the program, because when I joined zoology during 1980, most of the colleagues rejected me, because even though zoology comes under the alphabetically very last letter, and there is no scope for the zoology, but I am very boldly admitted in the zoology department, and I have completed up to PhD, and on my own affection, I joined MA Tamil also, because a lot of scope, lot of connection between the biological sciences and Tamil ancient programs. So I am today very happy to meet you all through the online mode of through the Zoom link. I wish to explain some of the interesting field that we know all, but some students, they not interested to join the biological sciences. This comes to the category of botany, zoology, microbiology, biotechnology, and biochemistry. Generally, sometimes it is commonly called as life sciences. So, I am today wish to go through some interesting fact. What are the fields which are having more hope to the biological sciences students? I am wish all and all some important messages, and anything if you want to ask, finally ask any of doubt, I will explain. Thank you. The answers. The next slide, madam. Biology is an extremely dynamic and graduates being high across range of sub-disciplines. The from readings are qualified to enter a very wide spectrum of work. Science graduates a set of skills to employ. Biologists learn how to living things work, how they interact with one another, and how they evolve. Because nowadays we think about on the importance of skill development. If all the students have any of this skill, definitely they will achieve in their life. Their minds will not move. They never go for any other unwanted things in their lifetime. So the skillful study in the biological sciences will make concentration on their study, on their employment, on their sincerity, and etc., which are necessary for our life. So, what are the courses which are available if a student having UG zoology after to join PG, that is a person completed zoology, UG zoology can join university zoology.
Sir?
UG zoology completed student can go for MSc zoology, MSc animal science, MSc entomology. Entomology is one of the important courses nowadays because most people know about that. Research Center at Loyola is one of the leading center in India. They have separate division for entomology. In Pundi Pushpam College, we are having one paper, research paper for the purpose of uh, entomology, because 60% of the total animal population is covered by insect. So the study of insects and their eradication or identifying the beneficial insect, everything is very interest. So most of the well-developed institute like Delhi Institute, they are having MS entomology as a separate subject. The marine biology is one of the important course for MSc. 70% of Earth is covered by sea. In it, it is a wide resource, and most of the important ecosystems, marine ecosystem. We can get a lot of information from there. So after completion of zoology, any can for marine biology. In Madras University, they have MS Marine Sciences. In Parangipet, Anna University, they are having marine biology. Area students, they after admit for the MS Marine Biology and equivalent certificate to join as lecturer through zoology. So it is not important the marine biology. Wildlife biology and conservation is one of the important PG course of a long period wildlife conservation and management course, because like ornithology, that is studies about birds and behavior and all other behavioral studies are conducted in the wildlife conservation, because every year we got time in Tamil Nadu 30 members of elephants has been killed for number of persons. So after some year, the elephants cannot be seen directly. We can see only through film like Animal Planet, like that channel only. So the central minister started the tiger conservation project, and he very joyfully declared that the numbers of tigers increased compared to last year. So about what are the birds which are responsible for the control of birds, which are conducted by the project through the through the course, because they are having wildlife biology and conservation. A regular bird, the owl, in Tamil, which is uh, but without its scientific fact, we are killing the sedimental system. So, biology and conservation is one of the important study. That environmental biology also very important, as all the pollution effects has been implemented through the environmental biology course. The environmental impact assessment is one of the important aspects Nowadays, you can only people get the idea because they already declared about the signing of the agreement. The government is not preparing any investment to start any mining or any project. So the environmental impact assessment, the pollution, these will be well explained the environmental priority course. An important national institute called Research Institute located at Nagpur, Maharashtra state. Our most of the colleges nowadays they willing to start their and microbiology because all the world there is a common issue is the environmental pollution. To manage the pollution, to eradicate the pollution, how to pollution taught in the course environmental biology. Like that, MSc aquaculture, that is also one of the important course. The our regular like BS students studying about the farming, prawn farming, ornamental fish culture, and edible oil culture, culture, and all things. The main definition of the aquaculture is all things which can be confined water body. The color of all the things in confined water body is called aquaculture. So MSc aquaculture, normally is to Parangipete also having lot of courses like coastal aquaculture, coastal aquaculture management, marine biology, like that. So in the farming, the consultant services given by aquaculture study student, particularly those who are having biology as a basic subject, as well as those who are having certificate course or diploma, PG diploma courses in agriculture can enter easily into the venture of prawn farming, fish farming, and the number of new marine varieties like sea bass, kuda in Tamil. That kuda fish also in freshwater condition because of the technological development that is possible by the MS agriculture or diploma agriculture. The mountains is also available in Namakkal area. Some papers they see available in that because they are supplying all the about the Indian state. It's possible even sometimes they are supplying the egg to the foreign countries like countries because the chicken animal protein consumption is increasing day by day in all of the regular functions like marriages and other gatherings. We are using the chicken system or chicken meat in any of the form because the rates are increasing day by day. The also increasing day by day. The consumption also increasing day by day. They are facing the problem of diseases. So how to get the diseases is possible only by learning through the health science course. It is available in the MSc form. And the other zoology is available. Yet all the technical courses like economics, the course like agriculture, agriculture, poultry, piggery, all other included courses are not in the applied course, and it is taught by marine microbiology because the waves are occur in life. It is only the so the quality of the idiom is decided by the microbial analysis. So the marine even environment is most largest covered area in the earth is marine microbiological course like any zoology student can either for MSc biology and MSc biology, MSc environmental biology, MSc environmental toxicology, MSc marine biotechnology. And what are the specialization in MSc marine biotechnology means they can easily solve the problem by learning the techniques, techniques adopted by Chakrabarti because he created the super. Most of the marine environments are polluted with the oil spill, the oil well, or a time of shipping vessels while they carrying oil from one country to other countries, or at the time of war between the two countries. Large quantity of oils reached into the marine environment. It is followed by bio method. It is possible only the biotechnology students by learning biotechnology and molecular biology because after entering all the cell level, and genetic level, in that genetic level we can get all ideas about RNA, DNA, other things, the molecular biology studies, and the production of medicine. Particularly nowadays, all people well aware that how long suppose a vaccine occurred, how long will we come to application in the trials? That means 18 months they are ahead. So pharmacology, MS pharmacology, after completion of zoology, are one of the important course through which all the medicines are prepared, combination, how to implement, how to apply to the animals, how long we will take a trial rehearsal for implementing to the human beings or in the pharmacology. Like the nanotechnology, that is 20 application in all aspects, that is in the health aspect and defense ministry and agri. In all field, nanotechnology nowadays is very useful. When a professor takes class about the nanotechnology, he told that the aeroplane class, the wind classes are very because its altitude very small to the foam. A small mini wire which when touch and
Sir? Sir?
passes through the LCD, it passes amount of heat that glass keep. Yes.
Sir, we
Am I
can't get audible, sir, but we can't get your voice clearly, sir. That is not clear.
I'm mic is not clear.
Some your
Hello?
audible is not clear, sir.
Wait. I'm trying.
Okay, sir.
My video now.
Okay, sir.
Can you
It is
get into
visible.
me in audible, madam?
Audible, sir, but the voice is sir.
Audio.
Sorry for the interruption, sir.
Audio not clear?
Yes, sir.
Yes, madam, not clear or?
Sir, audible.
Sometimes individually involved there, but most of the participants not hearing the audio. Verify your stump. Madam?
Sir, tell me, sir. Sir, if it is some... sir.
Audio clear இல்லங்கறாங்களே.
Yes, sir.
Clear இருக்கா? Audio clear இருக்கா?
Okay, sir, you can proceed it, sir. Sir? Yes, sir. Yes, sir, you can proceed it, sir.
Okay. Next job to suggest I already told aquaculture farming price in most of the places throughout the we are in Pundi from having close to the demand culture. After completion of that diploma most of the students they are and even here like Marakanam, they are appointed as a skill production for the they are mostly works children apart from their degree because like from processing, on exporting, supply, other third earning, much and of through the farming, crop farming, well farming. So very in Thuthukudi, the health is also going. Now I am coming again. The job related to zoology disciplines on the aquaculture and ecologist. The ecology, as I already told, in the environmental problem also caused because of the through the ecologist and the entomologist also very important nowadays, and the environmental consultants, because the clearance certificate for starting up any industry or any large people's working places are required by the government, particularly central government, to get the no objection certificate through the central environmental ministry. And our Bharatidasan University also having a course, MBA course for the environmental management studies, which is very much appreciated by all the peoples, because most of the companies at the time of construction of building also required by the clearance certificate. It is possible only by signing the environment administrators. So the environmental consultancy study is also one of the important job-oriented field. The field trial officers for the forest or survey of tigers, elephants, or some other endangered animals, and some other animals are required by the field trial officer. The forest officer also possible through study after completion of the MSc Zoology or MSc Environmental Science or Environmental Forestry and Wildlife Conservations like that. The forest marine scientist in most of the abroad countries, they for the survey purpose they are seeking the zoologist or marine scientist to like our Mandapam camp, the biosphere reserve of Gulf of Mannar, particularly the coral reef like structures are eliminated from our coastal system because of number of reasons. Nowadays, yesterday, our state minister Jayakumar started a program, artificial coral reef forming in most of the coastal region, because we got to create coral reef for the productivity of the fish communities. So in that purpose, the marine scientist courses are necessitated very much. Apart from that, above the toxicologist also needed to study about the toxic substances present in the tissues and the cells and the impact of pollution on the animals, etc. The veterinary nursing course also one of the important job opportunity course among for the zoology student, because our state government start a largest animal clinic in Athur near Salem. More than 250 acres of lands are donated for that. They are constructing all in one roof clinic, and they are promoting all the, apart from the veterinary university, veterinary colleges, they also having all the livelihood like livestock, poultry, and all other things, fish culture and prawn culture, even the algal culture for the live feed organism. It is necessitated. They are also conducting. In that purpose, veterinary nurse also needed for the animal husbandry field. Apart from that, research scientists, particularly life science and sanitary officer, because nowadays we know due to the COVID-19 problem, everywhere the sanitizer is a prominent name, even in the villages also. Like that, the corona naming, all the old ladies also having their name well because of its pandemic. Like that, the sanitary officer, sanitary inspector, even in the biology, once upon a period, before the commencement of plus one, they are eliminating PUC and delimiting the SSLC, old SSLC, and make them join as a one course and forming as a +1, +2. It is called higher secondary. Suppose when you go through the way, some doctors having the degree BSc, after they put the name MBBS, that is, they are very old. After completion of BSc zoology, they are selected for the MBBS because they have all the anatomy from lower animals up to higher animals. So BSc zoology is the basic for the MBBS studying student in olden days. After coming up the +2 courses, now they directly taking the student. Like that, the veterinary assistant in animal husbandry, zookeeper. In example, Singapore aquarium, number of zookeepers are admitted by verifying their qualification as BSc or MSc or MPhil, PhD zoology student, because they know the behavior of the fishes. And the zoo technician that also appointed in the foreign countries, and the natural conservation officer, for example, in Central Marine Research Fishery Research Institute, Mandapam, they are, and head office is at Kochi. They are conserving the nature. They are artificially conserving some uh, seagrass, seaweed, some important animals they are lacking are very less in number. They are artificially grow in the camp. That is called the natural conservation officer. And some educational institution. For example, B.Ed. After completion of zoology, they can go for B.Ed and appointed as school teachers, primary level, secondary level, and higher secondary level, like that. Most of the teachers did their MPhil, even though they are working in the permanent scale in the school, the interest of doing PhD in future. And now the new education policy divide up MPhil courses. They completely remove the MPhil courses. Anybody can join. After completion of MSc, they can join directly the research. So the education institution appointing our professors like Nitya and Krishnaveni madam by eligible them after completion of PhD. So for that purpose also zoology is working. The most of the research and development institute also they are having the job opportunities to the zoology student, and the funding agencies are responsible for funding after completion of PhD or MSc or completion of net SLET exam. they can go for Zoological Survey of India for analysis. Survey of animal or suppose they are unable to identify, they can get the information from the Zoological Survey of India. What type of fishes are there? These what type of insects are there, and how to identify. For that purpose, Zoological Survey of India is helping. The research scholar can get research associate job, JR, junior research fellow job, senior research fellow job. Definitely they can get 35 to 50,000 salary. After completion of PhD, after 1 year, they can go for the research associate in most of the foreign country universities. They are giving very good salary for further research up to 1 lakh per month. So the Indian Council of for Medical Research, ICMR, its value is nowadays identified very much because of this type of pandemic situation. And the Department of Biotechnology, Ministry of Environment and Forest, Indian Council of Agriculture Research, Department of Science and Technology, Defense Research and Development Organization, Ministry of Earth Science, Science and Engineering Research Board, SERB. It is simply called as SERB. Tamil Nadu State Council for Science and Technology, while the student doing their final year PG project, they are giving funding for the completion of the project. After appointed as a lecturer or a professor, they can get up to 5 lakhs worth the project they can submit and get the fund for the research purpose. And the Tamil Nadu Pollution Control Board also, they are providing funding facility. The Botanical Survey of India also doing the same job as like Zoological Survey of India. These are the funding agencies through which any candidate can earning money at the time of they are doing their research. I won't like to increase because the same thing happened to all the other disciplines like botany, microbiology, and like that. I simply explain what are the opportunities to the participants, particularly to the student community. After UG botany, they can go for MSc botany, PhD botany, MSc plant science, MSc horticulture. The horticulture is controlled under the comes under the agri university, agri colleges. But as a diploma course, after they are having biology or botany in their +2 level, they can go for diploma horticulture. In most of the foreign countries, for establishing landscaping and gardening, the horticulture candidates are very much appreciated. They can get the immediate job opportunities. So the horticulture, marine biology, biotechnology, microbiology, biochemistry, environmental biotechnology, environmental toxicology, marine biotechnology, molecular biology, pharmacology, nanotechnology, and the bioinformatics. Nowadays it is called as computational biology as a specimen keeper. That is, in the bioinformatics, through the bioinformatics field, they can directly enter for the uh, pharmacology department, that is medicine producing companies, they can get the easy job. And the job opportunities for the botany students are taxonomists. The taxonomists are nowadays very much appreciated because even from the Linnaeus period, we are having lot of taxonomical identification for the specimen, either for plant or for animal or microbes. We are still using the binomial nomenclature, but without knowing its value, most of the peoples avoid the taxonomical position. If we know well, we are showing interest, definitely we can get a job in the Botanical Survey of India, and we can get the taxonomist as a separate entity. And the ecologist, conservationist, horticulturist, agriculturist, forestry, agriculture sector, pharmaceutical industry, wildlife, research institutes, and the education institute, as I already told. The agencies funding for the JRF and SRF position is Same as like I told earlier, the Botanical Survey of India, Technology of Indian Council of Agricultural Research, Department of Science and Technology, Science and Engineering Research Board, SERB, Tamil Nadu State Council for Science and Technology. The career opportunities in microbiology is because most of the students today witnessing this program is belongs to microbiology under the head of the Department of Krishnaveni Madam. I know that all the opportunities, what are they easily available is soil microbiologist, food microbiologist, agricultural microbiologist, or environmental laboratory scientist or technologist, public health and hygiene microbiologist, clinical or veterinary laboratory scientist or technologist, research associate, quality assurance and control scientist, biosafety specialist, clinical or research laboratory manager, microbial examination of milk, and water pollution analyst, because we are all having purified filter water. But when we go out, compulsorily we needed for purchasing of water bottles. In water bottle producing company, they go to maintain the status by appointing either microbiologist or biotechnologist for the analysis of the water sample daily. So the microbiologists are very fit for that position. And the testing suitability of water in most of the water company is giving job opportunity most of the microbiology studying student. Under the fermentation process, ethanol production, biofertilizer and biopesticide companies. For example, biofertilizer in companies like azospirillum production, azola production. Nowadays, because of the organic farming, it is fetching high market value in the market. They need organic farming. Before going for organic farming, they go to get the certification from the concerned authority that the soil has no any residue, chemical residue. One of the zoology student, he is producing many varieties of biofertilizers and sell it to the horticulture department of Tamil Nadu government as well as Karnataka government. He is earning lakhs and lakhs of rupees. But basically, he belongs to MSc zoology student. Because of his own interest, he studied PG diploma in biofertilizer, which is available in the Pundi Pushpam College. So the instructor, laboratory coordinator also possible through the microbiologist, and the sewage treatment, and the production of antibodies, vaccine, and biogases, all possible through the microbiologist. Apart from that, botany and zoology, the novel courses, the biotechnology, it is best to take to study biotechnology after completion of microbiology, because all the things are comes through the biotechnology is through the via microbiology media. So without knowing microbiological things, biotechnology candidate not learning anything. So the biotechnology important careers are aquaculture technology, for example, ornamental fish culture by changing colors. The cold color fishes looks like cold color, but nowadays they change the colors as a purple one or green color or any other color. This is possible only by the aquaculture biotechnology candidate only. Like that, they are making lot of changes in the colors of cabbages and brinjal and other vegetables. What is its own original color? They change it for the attractive purposes. The chemical ecology, like pesticide, insecticide, pollution control, all possible through the chemical ecology. And the ecotoxicology, endangered species management, for example, the corals, and how to maintain the sea cow, how to maintain the penguin in the polar region. This is possible only through the endangered species management studied students. And the genetic engineering in the biotechnology, why it plays vital role. Through it, they can get the genetically modified organisms and the transgenic plants, transgenic animals, transgenic microbes, and they are involving for the gene therapy purposes. And the cryopreservation, one of the important topic for semen bank, cell bank, ova bank, etc. It is required in future because most of the parents, the percentage of parents lacking children's are nowadays increasing year by year. So artificial insemination method of treatment for the artificial reproductive technology is needed nowadays. For that purpose, they have to preserve the semen bank, semen cell and ova. So these type of technicians also required a very large number in well-developed countries, including India. The microbial production of plant growth hormone, that is booster, is one of the important nowadays because they are adding chemical. Instead of chemical, they are the booster is very essential. It is made up of organic product which will not harm in any way to the soil or the crop. So the biomagnification will be avoided. The single cell protein production, like spirulina, lot of candidates knowing the technology, they are producing their own and sell their product to the biggest companies like Paris, India group of companies in a good market rate. And the animal and tissue culture stem cell bank is nowadays comes like blood bank and semen bank. So the stem cell bank is very interest. It is possible only by knowing the animal and tissue culture of technician only. No one easily do the things. Apart from that, assisted reproductive technology, biofuels like extract the fuel for automobiles, and biomining, biosafety and bioethics are the most important things to run a laboratory. It is mandatory to all the companies and the environmental engineering, environmental risk assessment, medical drug development, seed banks. For example, I wish to say only one word: the marine cyanobacteria stock, all the countries stock available in our Bharatidasan University Microbiology Department in the name of marine cyanobacteria bank. So we can get any country's strain from that for our research purpose or our cultivation purpose. So this is opportunities to the biotechnologists. The biochemistry studied student can get a lot of opportunities as like other field, that is research fellow, analytical chemist, biomedical scientist, pharma associate, assurance controller, health food safety analyst, research scientist, scientific laboratory technician, toxicologist, or professor in a reputed institution in a college or universities. These are the small things. Apart from that, all the people, irrespective of their study, they can enter for the IAS, that is commonly called civil service examination. Yesterday in India, 829 candidates are selected for the IAS and IPS, IFS purposes. Among that, one blind girl from Madurai, she also win in that. In Tamil Nadu, 29 candidates are selected for that purpose. It is the common qualification is degree. Any degree, they may be engineer, they may be a doctor, they may be a graduate from arts or science, any degree to attend the IAS, IPS, IFS, and UPSC exams. And apart from that, our plus 2 candidates, even plus 2 candidates can attend TNPSC Group 4 exams, and the NEET requiring candidates can take part in the NEET. Only qualification is they must have biology. So after only they can get an idea for the to become a doctor. PG final year finals can enter for NET examination, ERB, and teacher eligible test. These are the general idea about the competitive exam preparation. So don't think any course in our life, even compared to well qualified, well degree holder, ordinary people can get easily the topmost position. For example, nearby Vardhanad, one boy, at the time of his studying, his father died in a disease, and he worked as a village administrator office, VAO. On the compassionate ground, he want to take the position. After thriving here and there, he unable to get the job. So he immediately entered for the Group 4 examination and admitted in a junior assistant position. While he is studying, while he is working, he studied for the preparation of Group 1 examination. After passed in the Group 1 examination, he got the Group 1 officer. He service examination. After because of his hard work, he completed the civil service examination and appointed as the IAS sub collector nowadays. That is, he not worried about the higher studies because he think only the achievement. So everything possible, any degree or below the degree level is sufficient to earn more and more. Try to get self-employment opportunities. The microbiologist can get a job in the Karan Majumdar companies, but mostly they take the chemistry student, but they have more idea to take the biotechnology as well as microbiology student. So get more opportunity. Don't lose your confidence. Any degree or below degree is sufficient for our self-esteemed live a life. So plan for self-earning and get the opportunity and give more job to others. Thank you. Thank you for giving me the opportunity by the Idhaya College, particularly my student, Dr. Krishnaveni Madam, and the principal and the patron of the principal madam and the organizing committee, including Nitya madam and others, Lakshmi madam and others. I am thankful to all for giving a wonderful opportunity. Further, any doubt you can ask any question.
Sir, thank you, sir.
Thank you, madam.
The participants posted some questions. Shall I ask, sir?
Yes.
Sir, is there any applications of thermodynamics in biological science?
Thermodynamics, biophysics, we are having the thermodynamic aspect of interaction. For example, at the time of preparation of some instrument, biologically important medical equipments, we must have some idea about the biological system. For that, we are including it only in the biophysics subject only. Not much thing about that. For example, calorimeters, thermometer, some instruments are we needed for the analysis. In that, it comes under only the biophysics category, madam.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir. One more question, sir. Is there any scope in the search of stem cell culture and forensic science? Is there any scope
Forensic
in the
science,
research?
forensic science, right? Before that, you ask one word.
Is there any scope in the research of stem cell culture and forensic science? Sir?
Cell culture nowadays comes under only through the medical field. Only in the medical field they are having stem cell culture. Some clinics to enter into the venture the collection of placenta and some other embryonic cells for the purpose of stem culture. But in India, also now only one company, private company, they are entering into the stem cell culture, but they require lot of money to preserve it for 10 years or 20 years. So the peoples nowadays, they afraid about the cost. So in future, definitely it will come. As like now only we are starting the plasma bank because of the pandemic situation. Like that, the stem cell ban also come. The stem cell culture also included in all the college level in future because of the funding. Based on the funding, we can do anything. And the forensic science that is entirely separate because it comes under the criminology. Any evidences like DNA fingerprinting or our fingerprinting for identification of the culprit. For that purpose only they are, that is their aim to identify. Suppose a parentage problem to a child occur, they first test the blood group of both the parents. Suppose the two parents claim the same child, they will next go for the fingerprinting, DNA fingerprinting. So that type of criminal or to identify the culprits, even using the hair or nail or blood or tissue or any one of the media, they will identify the parent. So, or some theft like that, they are using forensic. That is called forensic, but stem cell is separate. Stem cell at any time, even in our age period, they want to culture a particular organ. It is possible through our totipotency of the cell. It is available in the placenta. So they want to identify the placenta in the, they want to make us a capsule and preserve for up to 60 years or up to death of that particular person. Is nowadays very cost. So in future it will also become like in all the state they are having a stem cell bank. It is possible.
Okay, sir. Thank you so much, sir, for your wide explanation of our queries. Sir, shall we move on to thanking session, sir? Sir, Natarajan, sir? Shall we move on to thanking session, sir? Okay, sir. Myself, Mrs. A. Lakshmi, going to deliver vote of thanks for today's session. We will ever remain grateful to you and we thank you for your festive of today, a great level by your zealous speech. Thanking you, sir, for your mind-inspiring, sensible information about the vital role of living sources in the environment, importance of biological systems. Not only on the topic, it has also opened our eyes for future career opportunities. Thanking you, sir. Machines built by human beings, they will function correctly if we provide them with a very specific environment. With this, I invite our department BCB, Dr. R. Krishnaveni ma'am, head convener and organizing chair, to validate our 5 days international faculty development program. HOD ma'am.
Yes, ma. I am in privilege to say vote of thanks, Senior Scientist, R&D in Research, Dr. K. Sandilkannan, At day first, excellent performance explained about NLO crystals and bio applications in anti-diabetic work and anti-cancerous work. And I extend my thanks to Dr. B. Venkateswaran, Senior Research Officer, University of Malaya from Malaysia. At the day 2, he explained very well about self-cleaning test, mechanical properties, WCA, and very informative talk. My sincere thanks to Dr. Kasi Kobinath, postdoctoral fellow, School of Materials and Energy. He explained about green nanomaterials and biomedical applications. Very informative one. I extend my thanks to Dr. J. Prakash Sahaya Leon, Assistant Professor, Government Arts College, Men Krishnagiri, debuted from Annamalai University. Valuable talk about toxicological impact on aquatic biology. And I extend my thanks to Dr. P. Nadarajan, Associate Professor and Head, Department of Zoology and Biotechnology, AVVM Sri Pushpam College at Pundi. He explained very well about scope of biological science. Thank you, sir. Thank you very much. I am very proud to say I am one of his best students. My sincere thanks to our principal, Reverend Sister Dr. Eugene Amala, and our secretary, Reverend Sister Claudine Aroke Mary, our vice principal, Reverend Sister Vimali Mary, and our administrator, Reverend Sister Andoni Ammal. I consider it's a great privilege to propose a vote of thanks for all participants making this FDP as a successful one. I am thanking Mr. Magesh, System Admin and Assistant Professor, Department of BCA, and my heartful thanks to my department faculty. It is a teamwork of my faculty members. Thank you very much, my department staff, faculty members. Thank you, one and all.